Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Hello dear viewers. We are still learning on our series of lessons on conditionals. Previously, we learned the first conditionals. Today, we are going to look at the second conditionals. So let us start. And the second conditional, like the first condition, it has its own formula. The formula is if plus past simple plus would. Remember, when we are pronouncing this word, we will not say would, we would say would. So if plus past simple plus would plus infinitive without to. Infinitive is a verb that comes after to. For example, to come. To come. So this is the infinitive because it comes after to. So we will be using infinitive, this one come without to. Let's look at the positive now. If I want some money, this is the verb, and the verb is in the past form. If I want some money, comma, I would go around the world. So this is would. If you look at this sentence, the sentence is completely the second conditional. Second conditional. If I want some money, comma, I would go around the world. Previously, I said that if I start the sentence with the if clause, then I should put the comma to divide the sentence into two parts. The first part is called the if clause or the subordinate clause. The second part is called the result clause, the secondary clause. So, I also said that we can begin the sentence with the secondary clause. I can start from here. I can say, I would go around the world if I want some money. So marka waa isla meeshii waay. Kana waa ka bilaabi kartaa, kana waa ka bilaabi kartaa. Laakiin haddaa ka bilaawdid dhinacan, result kada ka bilaawdid, marka ma soo galayso, comma ma soo galayso. So when I say if I want some money, I will go around the world, this is just imagination. It is impossible, you know. It is something that you are imagining only. The second example, if I were you. I want to remind you that I text was, but in the condition clause, we prefer were to was. هذه conditional ka markaan baranayno inta badan waxaa la isticmaalaa waa. wasna waa la isticmaali karaa laakiin waa ayaa kasii wanaagsan. If I were you, I would apologize her, but unfortunately I'm not you. See, haddii adigu ahaan lahaa marka haddii aan adigu ahaan lahaa mise booskaadan joogi lahaa taas marka waxaa ka fahmaysaa waa wax lacalla ah. I would apologize her. Let's move to negative. I would give up my job if I didn't like it. Remember, give up means to stop. Give up means to stop. So in this case, the sentence will be, I would stop my job if I didn't like it. So this sentence was الزمري معناه waxaa laga bilaabay result clause qaybtii resultiga laga bilaabay. That's why there is no comma kuma jirto. Haddii aan caadi bilaabi lahayn, if aan ka bilaabi lahayn noqon lahayd, if I didn't like it, I would give up my job. That means that I like it. The next point, if I saw a ghost, you know ghost, nobody can see ghost. You know, haddii aan arki lahaa macnaa dadka rakhraadka la dhaho dadka ay dhahaan I wouldn't talk to. So it is unlikely that you see a ghost. You cannot see a ghost. That is why we are using the second conditional. If I saw a ghost, I wouldn't talk to. Now let's move to question. Previously, in this first conditional, we said, what will you do? This time we will say, what would you do? What would you do if you saw someone shoplifting? This is a crime, shoplifting. When shoplifting is when someone steals from a shop. Supermarket, Allah shoplifting. Actikas Allah shoplifting. What would you do if you saw someone shoplifting? Allah direct. So Allah, you see. If you needed help, who would you ask? It's a question. Who would you ask if you needed? That means that you don't need any help at the moment. Yeah. Now, we are moving to the use of the second conditional. Number one, we use the second conditional to express an unreal situation. This situation is improbable, it's impossible, imaginary, or contrary to facts. Let us see these two examples. If I were the president of my country, maka inta fasirno waxay noqonaysaa haddii aan ahaan lahaa madaxweynaha waddankayga, I would increase taxes. So it is unlikely that I become the president of my country. So qofka saas dhahayo inuu madaxweyne noqdo suuragal ma aha haddaan ahaan lahaa waayo, you know. The next point, if my mother was still alive. If my mother was still alive, alive is the opposite of dead, she would be proud. But unfortunately, my mom is dead. That is what the example is trying to communicate. If my mother was still alive, she would be proud. That means that she is dead. She is what? She is dead. Let's look at the other use. The other modal verbs are possible in the result clause. The modal verbs we have are could, might, and would also. Let us see the example. So modal verbs result clause if let us see. If I heard some money. That is if plus past simple plus could. If I heard some money, I could buy some new clothes. But unfortunately, I'm broke. I don't have any money. Another example, the third use of the second conditional. If I were you, if you see this word, if I were you, I would is used to give advice. Of makaratina wanis, mis advice, mis talo asiso. Waxa isticmaalaysaa if I were you. Waqti kasta joog. Hadda mustaqbalka, you know. If I were you is used to give advice. For example, if I were you, I would take it easy for a while. Yeah. Maybe your friend failed in the examination, so you are trying to convert him. You are trying to tell him that take it easy. If you fail this time round, next time you will pass. So you're telling your friend, if I were you, I would take it easy for a while. Don't stress yourself. If I were you, I would apologize her. If I were you, I would come early. If I were you, I would prepare the lessons. That is all about the second conditional, and that's all about our lesson. Thank you very much for watching.